When you're trying to fall asleep, one of the things that helps is, again, the tempo of the music. The music, if it has a perceptible beat, that's really helpful because that is what calms the nervous system down. You know how a lot of spa kind of music, meditative music's like, that's really good for meditating. It's really not good for trying to fall asleep. And if you have a history of trauma, it can actually be unsettling to the nervous system. So music with a perceptible beat, like do 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 do, something where your nervous system's like tick tock, tick tock. That's what your nervous system wants to fall asleep to. Pro tip right there. Music is very utilitarian as well as entertaining. Like we use music to get through our days or to operate in a better way, whatever we're trying to do. Um, and so what the research shows is if you're feeling anxiety or, you're feeling stressed, you're wound up and you want to relax to music, the music you should be listening to is the music in your own playlist. It's what's called patient preferred because you already have a connection with it. And it doesn't matter the style or the genre. So people have done research trying to prove that certain genres are better for relaxing and what they found overwhelmingly over and over and over, the biggest effect came from people's own musical collection. Now, tempo matters. So the speed of the music you listen to, if you're kind of feeling up, you're kind of wound up and you want to like bring it down a notch and slow down, the tempo of the music matters. So if you pick music that's 60 to 70 beats per minute, your heart rate, your blood pressure, and your respiratory rhythm will slow down to that music. Our autonomic nervous system listens for rhythm in the environment and will sync with that external rhythm. And I learned this when I worked in the ICU, and I would be referred for patients who are in a coma. This is crazy. They're in a coma and they're still hypertense. So their blood pressure, heart rate, and respiratory rhythm were all just too high. They're still in a coma. They're on all kinds of medicine, too high. I would walk in with my classical guitar. I would look at the monitor at their heart rate, and I would just start playing my guitar to their heart rate. And after about 5 minutes of just matching their heart rate, I'd begin to slowly decrease the tempo of my guitar. And I would continue to do that for between 15 and 30 minutes. And their heart rate and their blood pressure and their respiratory rhythm would all go bloop. And we knew this because they're all on a monitor. So before I would begin, I'd document all those numbers and then I would match the music or match the beat with the music, slow the music down, go write down all the numbers, and I would see for myself and the staff would see for themselves that the music would slow it down. So the tempo of the music, regardless of the style, can help you with your rhythm. So let's say you like Motown, right? Awesome. Pick the slow songs, like the slow dance songs. That would be the songs to listen to in your Motown collection. If you like classical music, you don't want to be listening to like the overture of some big thing, right? You want to be listening to that. Is it the second or third movement is always the slow movement? And if anyone remembers which one it is, forgive me, I forget. But there's like in sonata form of classical music, the second or third movement is always slow. So you can put on that and that'll slow you down. So you're the DJ. The person with the symptoms is the DJ. So when it comes to music listening, one of the tools that's also really effective is having what I call a power playlist. So we're all pretty adept at making playlists. We have them on our phones now. 3 songs. It's all it takes. You can put more, but 3 songs that fire you up. Kind of like your Rocky soundtrack, right? You know, something that's inspiring and uplifting and motivating. You pick 3 songs, you put them on a playlist. When you're feeling like down, stressed, anxious, frustrated, you first of all get off whatever screen, right? Get up, put in your earbuds, and go for a walk to your power playlist and walk to the beat and kind of hum along or just sing along in your head or sing along out loud. If you're cool with doing that, great. But even if you don't want to do any of those 3 things, just walk to the beat. 3 songs, roughly, that's about a 10-minute break. Most of us can get away with a 10-minute break in our life. Our body's designed to move. We need to move. Energy comes from movement. It doesn't come from food or sleep. It comes from us moving our body. We actually store all the energy in it, and then we activate the energy when we move this thing. So move the body, walk to the beat. By the time you get back, your stress will be like reset. And so all of us have this nervous system that is overstimulated right now in our modern culture. Our nervous system is not designed for modern culture. We make more decisions in a day than someone made in London, which was the center of modern civilization 100 years ago. We make more decisions in a day today than someone made in a year, a century ago. So this little tiny prefrontal cortex that has evolved so slowly can't keep up. So if you ever feel like you can't keep up, you're right. You can't. You're not designed. We're not designed for this overstimulation, over decision making, too much news, too much opportunity. So our heads explode. That's what it feels like in my head a lot, right? And I need like blinders to keep my focus. So when we go into overwhelm, our nervous system changes gears and some very important things happen physiologically. One of them is our adrenals kick in to try to rise to the occasion, right? And the problem with that is our adrenals are really only for sprinting. And as you've noticed, life is just, it's like a marathon. It's like a sprint marathon. And so our adrenals aren't designed to be pumping all day, every day, chronically. They're good for outrunning tigers and fighting off tribes. That's what their purpose was. And that's what they evolved to do. But they're not meant to keep up with this thing. So what happens is the chemicals that we're releasing through our adrenals chronically cause systemic inflammation in our body and decrease our immune system's effectiveness. The good news is that when we reach for music, it turns off the stress response faster than any oral medication. Just saying, if you're willing to sing, your immune system will double in production. Double. So if you're feeling run down, like one of the healthiest things you can do is sing. It's fascinating. Our bodies are wired to make music and wired to respond to music. And it's been such a joy in my journey as a music therapist. I've been a fan of music and a performer of music my whole life. But then it was much later that I got all geeked out in the world of neuroscience and began to kind of read about what are the physiological things that are happening while our brains and our bodies are on music. And well, it's pretty fascinating. 12 years ago, I created a tool when I was working with cancer patients because they were coming in for chemotherapy, which is the last place anybody wants to be or be thinking about, right? And so I was like, I need a way for you to take a little vacation from this place because this place sucks. So I couldn't smuggle them out. that would be unethical, right? And the IV pole would be impractical. So what I would do is I created this tool called the relaxation vacation. And so my idea was this: if I could move someone from the present moment to another time of their choosing, a moment that was preferable to the present moment, use slow tempo music to guide them there, slow down their anxiety, we could give them a break from this crummy environment. So it's me playing guitar, nice slow tempo, so it slows down your nervous system, where I walk you away from the stress of the present moment back to a time where you felt happy and safe and connected. You experience that memory in your bones, and then you bring it back into the present moment so that you can be tackling your stress at your best. In the email, it takes you back to my website to a private page, and you can download 3 different versions of the relaxation vacation: one with my voice and my guitar, one with just my voice, and one with just my guitar. And the one with just my guitar, like, people fall asleep to that track all over the world and have for years. I am so like heartwarmed when I get these emails like, my son and I fall asleep to your relaxation track every night.